Because it's about people and it's about creating places that puts community and people at the heart of it. That is vital. It's above the economic model. How do we create places that feel safe and feel wonderful? When you see that thriving in a town, when you see a buzzy town that has shops, that has places, there's restaurants, at bars, people congregate there, and that gives a network of safety, and that's vital to us as humans. I don't think anything's recession-proof. We're all in a recession together. I think it depends on what York does. I mean, York luckily has quite a high disposable income. It has the university. It has a great centre to it. You know, it's a beautiful city. It's a destination. It's a tourist destination. So lots of ticks for York. But I wouldn't ever sit on the laurels. I think we all have to think about how we play our part, which is what I talked about today, not just as consumers but real investors in our place. And I think that's the most important thing I'd be saying to anyone. Nobody should rest on their laurels, because none of us would have ever thought this would have happened, and to many towns this has happened that did also have a lot of money. Anything that drains and displaces has an effect. The thing is, though, that has happened. That has happened. So all those places are still functioning, and they also are run by very sophisticated retailers and visionaries. So if you look at some of the shopping malls, if you look at the supermarkets, those have visions. So we can't say that hasn't happened, it has. What we now need to do is say, well, what will be the high street then of the future? What is the alternative? Because there's no way, if you've got a big shopping mall with a Debenhams in it and you go, well, can you come back to the high street? You know, we've got half the footfall. It isn't going to happen. They're commercial businesses. So we have to look at an alternative, and that alternative, as I said, has to be based around a multifunctional high street, socialising, learning, well-being. That gives footfall when you create destinations. Whether it's a yoga centre, whether it's a bingo hall, that creates footfall, and normally the economic business model comes on the back of that, where someone will say, well, I'll open up a cafe. That's there, you know? That's what we need to now look at, as opposed to starting from, oh, how do we drag some of the retailers who will never come back onto the high streets?